Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this pre-event webinar for VIVA 2022. Today we have launched the appointments, so I hope you've seen that. Seen that yet. So I'm just sending everybody in the chat the link to the appointment system. So you can follow along. I will just be doing a very quick overview of the day, what's coming up in the next few weeks before the 5th of April, and then do a quick demonstration of the appointment system for those of you who haven't used it before. So even if you've been to one of we've made some changes for 2022. I'm sure quite a lot of you will be aware of the destination scope has expanded from Italy only to destinations across the Mediterranean. So that will be changing the scope of the supplier base and obviously the buyers who are interested in meeting those suppliers. Once again, we'll be online for this event, so that really boosts the number of operators that will be attending from the early part of the day from Asia. The European buyers now can select whether they're joining for the morning or the afternoon, and then in the afternoon the North American buyers will be joining as well. So there's a slight change in the flow of the day. Also, there'll be longer appointments at this event as well. So as a more comfortable format for you for these online events, there'll be 15-minute appointments throughout the workshop. So as I said, if you have any questions, please put them into the chat now and I'll try and get to them online. A recording of this session will be available afterwards as well. So without further ado, I will just start sharing my screen, and this should be a familiar interface for you. I just need to get my number. I will be doing this demonstration as a buyer, so what you'll see is the options available for buyers. There'll be some slight differences here for the suppliers. So I'm logging in. Just to let you know, to that end, the buyers have 8 choices for this event and the suppliers will have 13. That's just because the suppliers will be doing the whole day of appointments. The buyers will be joining for the sessions that they've selected. So do take a moment always to have a look at these instructions. These are really there to help you build up and use the filters that we have in place here. So there's 2 types of filters. Filter 1 is to find the people that you're interested in. As again, this is from a buyer's perspective, so you can select the various destinations that will be represented at this event and the category types, and then you can drill down to the companies doing it that way. Or you can flip it in terms of, you can profile yourself in terms of the markets that you represent and the kind of the tour products that you provide. Then that will provide you a list, a filtered list here at the bottom of the counterparts, the suppliers who are looking for that kind of thing. So as an example, just to make it clear, if you represent European markets, you'll select this. And then if you are representing luxury products, you'll add that, and you can press and select multiple of these criteria, search it down, and then this shrinks down a little bit to the suppliers who represent those kind of categories. So you can do a little bit more investigation in here. You can have a look and see what's of interest to you and view their little profile, particularly the personal message in terms of what those people are looking to achieve in attending this event. So that will hopefully give you a little bit of information about what their objectives are. So if you're happy then to add them to your preferences, you can click them to add. The most important thing always is to make sure that this list, as I said, for a buyer, it's 1 to 8. You need to make sure that's in order of preference and just not a random order or alphabetical order. It's your order of preference because our algorithm that assigns those takes into account the order of preference submitted by both the buyers and the suppliers. So it's really important to make sure that before you hit submit, you make sure that this list is in your order of preference 1 as the people that you want to meet. We start from number 1 and work down. You can visit this any time until this system is open. So just to give you those dates, obviously the event itself is on the 5th of April. This system here will be open until the 22nd of March, which is a week tomorrow. So if you want to submit your first choices today and then maybe visit the system again, say the end of this week or the beginning of next, just to make sure that there are no new people in there that you might want to add to your list, then please go ahead and do that. We'll be then sending provisional meetings out by the 30th of March. Then you'll get your provisional agendas and we can make some slight tweaks to that if there are some bad matches. Obviously we try and avoid that completely, but there's a few days between those provisionals and the finals, which will be sent on the 1st of April. And once the finals are with us, they get loaded into the online system. And on the day of the event, you'll log into the online event platform with your confirmation code, and you'll be tuned in automatically to all of your meetings in accordance with the agendas that we've set for you. So we try and keep it as straightforward and easy as possible, but the process starts here, and you now have a week tomorrow until you can make your appointments. But always remember to hit that submit button at the bottom, but that will refresh every time you make a new list if you're coming back onto the platform. So as I said, let me know if you have any questions throughout here. We'll be sending this video around, and obviously you have the contact details, support@celestina.travel in case you have any questions relating to your appointment choices. The day itself, the 5th of April, will be running from 9:30 to 6:20 in the early evening, depending on which session that you're joining. If you're a supplier or indeed a buyer, there are obviously some promotional opportunities. You may have seen in recent events that we've hosted that we have a stream for when you are in breaks or between meetings. Suppliers can promote their products with an inclusion of any video material that you have that will be looped throughout the day. So that's a really good additional bonus to show. So we like to think that the meetings are all about conversation, but if you want some of that added exposure, we can play your videos out. So just get in contact for those details of that extra promotional opportunity. The halfway point, just after the lunch break at 13:50 on the day of the event itself, we'll also have a half-hour insight session where our tourism stats experts and representatives of key destination and source markets will be online to share an overview of the situation as it is at the moment with regards to recovery, bounce back, and product trends as well. So make sure that we'll list that on your agenda, but make sure that after the hours lunch you're available for that interesting session. So if anybody has any questions, this is the time to submit them. I will just stay on now. Obviously, as I said, we're available on email between now and the event time to help you in your choices or anything to do with the event as we get there. We're looking forward to seeing everybody there, excited about this new, slightly new format. Just a question in there. So this time we'll be having 15-minute appointments for this event. Slightly longer than we're useful, but hopefully that will encourage a more free-flowing format on the conversation. It may feel less rushed in this one. So that really makes it ever more important that you submit the right choices, because you may have fewer meetings, but ones that are more targeted with your preferences. So for instance, the first session that we kick off with on the day will start at 9:30, and then we'll have 4 15-minute sessions before the very first break of 10 minutes. Because we're giving 15 minutes, we're not giving the 1-minute breaks. So we'll make an audio announcement or it'll start bleeping and flashing, so you're just aware. So it will be 15 minutes, but you just have to manage the next meeting. Okie doke. Thanks again for joining. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email. We'll send a recording of this around. Thank you very much. Goodbye.